Hello my dear CMA inter students, welcome to our YouTube channel. Today we are going to discuss the Financial Accounting June 25 exam paper review. How was the paper? That we are going to discuss today, and we will be discussing the MCQ answers of Financial Accounting. The descriptive question answer will be discussed later, right? So without fail, let's start MCQ discussion of Financial Accounting, right? So let's start. So my dear students, if you see the question number 1, which of the following statement is correct? A. Financial accounts of an enterprise are treated as evidence in the court of law. Yes, this is the correct. Financial statement prepared by two different accountants will always show identical result. This is not correct. Financial statement need not take into consideration any statute requirement. This is also wrong statement. Only credit transactions are recorded in the books of account. This is also wrong statement. So which one is the correct statement, my dear student? That is called A, that financial accounts of the enterprise are treated as evidence in the court of law, right? Come to the next one. When closing stock is shown in the trial balance, then at the end of the accounting year, closing entry for it will be required. My dear student, I told you that whenever closing stock appear in the trial balance, it means that they have already passed the journal entry, and hence once the closing stock appear in the trial balance, we will not pass any journal entry for the closing stock, right? So what will be the correct answer, my dear students, here? That is no entry required, entry not required for closing stock if it's appear in the trial balance. Let's come to the next one. Which statement state which of the following transaction can be classified as foreign currency transaction? AS 11, right? And I have uploaded the video for AS 11 also, effect of changes in foreign exchange rate. Now what is the first one? Buying and selling in the goods or services price in foreign currency, yes, is a foreign currency transaction. Lending or borrowing when amounts are denominated in foreign currency, yes, is a foreign currency transaction. Acquisition or disposition of fixed asset denominated in foreign currency is also foreign currency transaction. So my dear, all of the above. The answer will be all of the above, right? Is that clear? Okay, let's come to the next one. Which of the following is not an accounting convention? Which is not accounting convention, right? So business entity is a concept, it is not a convention. These are the convention. So business entity is not what's our accounting convention. Okay, let's come to the next one. Following information is given in the trial balance of Rupa dresses as on 31st March 2025. My dear students, if you have watched our MCQ marathon of financial accounting, in that marathon, one of the question was like this, which the paper setter have asked you. And when we discussed the MCQ marathon, that time I told you this is the very important area for the paper setter, and definitely one question will come from the provision for bad debt or from the debtor's perspective. I told you, if you remember that, right? Okay, anyway, let's try to solve it. How much is the bad debt? 12,000, right? 200. Provision for bad and doubtful debt 7,500, which is the opening balance. Debtors 2 lakhs. If further bad debt is how much? 1,800. Rupa dresses make a provision for bad and doubtful debt 5% on debtors. Okay. The amount of such provision to be shown in balance sheet as at 31st March 25 will be how much? So what do you need to do, my dear students? This is very simple. How much is the debtors? Debtors is 2 lakhs. Okay. Further bad debt 1,800 minus we get amount of debtors which we are expected to be received, right? Minus provision. How much is the provision, sir? 5%. So 1,98,200 into 5%, you will get 9910. From that you minus, you will get what, sir? 1,88,290. What was the question? The amount of provision will be shown in the balance sheet. I repeat, they have not asked you how much provision will be shown in where? In the statement of profit and loss. The answer will be different, right? Okay, so how much amount of such provision will be shown in the balance sheet? The amount will be 9910. This is the correct answer, right? Okay. After that, my dear student, is very, this is a lollipop question, very easy question. What is that? Let's read. If capital at the end of the year is 80,000, end of the year capital they have given, means closing capital is how much? 80,000. In closing capital, what we do, sir? We add additional capital. We subtract additional capital. We add what, sir? Drawings. We add what, sir? Interest on drawings. Are you getting my point? Like opening capital. In opening capital, what we do? We add additional capital. We add net profit. We less net loss. And we get what, sir? Closing capital. Are you getting my point? So like this, we have to do the reverse calculation. That's it. So our closing capital how much? 80,000. Capital introduced during the year how much? 60. So closing capital, from the closing capital, what we do, my dear student? We will subtract what? This additional capital. So closing capital minus additional capital, then drawings during the year, we will add back the drawings. Like opening capital, we subtract the drawings now. So closing capital, we have to add back the drawings. Loss for the year, loss they have given. That means they might be asking you how much is the opening capital, right? So loss, what we do? In the opening capital, we subtract the loss. So closing capital, we will add the loss. Add the loss, we get what, sir? Opening capital. This is the balance, right? This is what, sir? Opening capital, right? So what we have done here? Closing capital minus capital introduce, add drawings and add loss, you get a opening capital, that is 1,80,000. Option A was the correct answer, my dear students, right? Okay, please come to the next one. What is the next one, sir? Which of the following statement is true? True, not a false. Which of the following statement is true, they have asked you. A joint venture has a definite life. Means what, sir? It have the limited life, correct? So which option is correct? Option A is correct, right? Yes. Financial statement are not comparable. This is wrong. This is also sale book is a part of ledger, wrong. Owner's equity is equal to asset plus life, this is also wrong. So what is the correct option, my dear student? Option A, joint venture always have a limited life. Okay, please come to the next one. Next one, on Jan 1st 25, very beautiful sum, goods costing 1,32,000 were consigned by Mr. Rana of Chennai to his agent of Mr. Dhana in Amritsar at a pro forma invoice price of 20% above cost. That means your pro forma invoice is what, sir? Cost plus 20%. This 20% is what, sir? Loading. So cost plus 20%, you get invoice price. Mr. Rama paid freight charges 4,000. Very good. The consignee was paid 2,000 per annum toward establishment cost. Establishment cost is recurring expense or non-recurring expenses? It's a recurring expense because again he have to incur the expenses. Mr. Dhana paid 1,000 as go down rent for 3 months. 3/4 of the goods were sold at 33 by 1/3% of profit on cost. The value of unsold stock at an invoice price, we have to say, right? It's very simple. How to calculate? Let's see. So what is the invoice price, my dear student? Cost plus loading, right? How much is the cost? Let's say cost is 100, loading is 20%, right? So 120. So cost is how much, my dear student? 1,32,000. Like loading how much? 20% on cost. So cost plus loading, you got what? Total invoice price of the consignment goods, which is 1,58,400, right? Okay. Now out of that, how much goods he sold, sir? 3/4 goods he sold. So how to calculate? 1,58,400 into 1/4. Why, sir, 1/4? 3/4 he sold. So how much is the closing stock? 1/4. So 1,58,400 into 1 by 4 plus consigner. All the expense are what, sir? They are a non-recurring expense. Is related to particular consignment only. If you are my regular students, right, that time I might have taught you that whenever consigner pay any expenses, that is a non-recurring expenses, where a consignee's expense can be classified into recurring and non-recurring. So we have to take only the non-recurring expense of the consignee. So it is a total 4,000 expense you have incurred. So we need to take what, sir? Proportionate non-recurring expenses. So 4,000, out of that 3/4 we sold. So how much is the 1/4 we will take? That is a proportionate expenses. So is equal to, we get the consignment stock 40,600. Option D is correct. You may ask me, sir, why you have not taken consignees expenses, that is 2,000 and 1,000? Why you have not taken? Because these are the recurring expenses. Go down rent, establishment expenses, these are the recurring expenses. That's why I have not considered the consignees consignees recurring expenses. Okay, right. Let's come to the next one. What is the next one, sir? Yes, Rekha drew a bills of exchange on riba for 20,000 payable in 3 months. On the due date, riba could not make payment, right? Just a minute. And riba got it notified from the notary public on payment of noting charges. How much, sir? 100. Riba requested Rekha to do a fresh bill for another 3 months, right? To, sir, Riba requested Rekha to draw a fresh bill for 3 months at the rate of 12%. The amount of fresh bill will be how much, my dear student? So fresh bill will be very simple. Old bill 20,000 plus 100, 20,100. Then 3 month interest we add there. So 20,100 into 12% into 3 by 12. So we get 20,100 plus the interest 603, so which we get 20,703. So option B is the correct answer. Right, my dear students? I hope it is clear to everyone, right? Okay. Let's come to the next one. State which of the following statement is not true relating to AS10. Not true, they have asked. So here, see, exclude the accounting for real estate development is true. Not recognition criteria for fixed assets are laid out. This is a not, no. Yes, they have given the recognition criteria. So which is not a true? This is not a true. These all are true. So what is the correct answer, my dear student? So correct answer will be here, right? What is the correct answer? That is B. Come to the next one. B and C enter into joint venture for export of Indian handicraft goods to overseas customer. B sent goods worth 2 lakhs to C for export to the USA. Okay. C exported the goods for 1,75,000 worth what? 1,70,000 to USA for 2,10,000. Very good. That means 1,75,000 worth good he export to USA for rupees 2,10,000. That means there is a profit. How much, sir? Total profit becomes 35,000. Sorry. How much is total profit? 35,000. Now, and agree to take away remaining stock at the same GP margin. So how much the remaining goods, sir? 2 lakh what's goods. Out of that 1,75,000 he has sent. How much left, sir? That is 2 lakh minus 1,75,000. That is 25,000. But he has taken not at a cost, at the same profit margin. So how much is the profit margin on this? That is 35,000 profit on 1,75,000. So profit become 20%. So add 20% profit, which become what, sir? 30,000. So they have taken at 30,000. Right, my dear students? Okay. Come to next one. Which of the following statements true? The buyer get immediate possession but not ownership under installment payment system on signing of the contract. A marine insurance policy is taken to cover the claim for loss. For independent branch, incorporation of branch trial balance is required. Yes, short-term lease, which often cancelable, is known as leverage lease. These both are wrong. Now, the more appropriate answer here, my dear student, that is independent branch. We need to incorporate the independent branch trial balance into what, sir? Into HO books, right? For independent branch, incorporation of branch trial balance is required in the books of HO. So, what is the correct answer, my dear student? The correct option will be C. Next one, assertion reason. Goodwill is an intangible asset but not a fictitious asset. Correct. Goodwill is what's an intangible asset, not a fictitious asset. Assertion is correct. Reason, goodwill does not have any physical existence. Yes. Fictitious assets are not realizable. Yes. Whereas goodwill can be purchased or sold. Yes, we can purchase the goodwill or we can sell the goods. Yes. So what is the correct option, my dear student? Here, the assertion and reason both are correct. Reason is the correct explanation for the assertion. So option D is correct, my dear students. Right? Okay. Come to the next one. D, E, F are partner in the firm, sharing profit in the ratio of 1:1:1. That is the old ratio. They decided to share the profit in the ratio of 2:3:5. That is new ratio. The goodwill of the firm was valued at 1,80,000. The F capital account will be, you know very well, old minus new, you get a sacrificing ratio, and new ratio minus old ratio, you get a gaining ratio. We have the new ratio, we have the old ratio, new ratio minus old ratio. If the answer is positive, we get gaining ratio. And who is gaining, sir? F here. F answer is coming here. What's the positive? Means a gaining ratio. New ratio minus old ratio. If the answer is positive, we call as gaining ratio. So how much is the gaining ratio? 5/30. So you take the amount, that is 1,80,000 into 5 divided by 30 is equal to 1,80,000 into 5 divided by 30 is equal to 30,000. Is what, my dear student? It is a debited, because what is the journal entry? Gainer to sacrificer, gaining partners capital account debit. And who is the gaining partner? Say F. So F account will be debited by rupees 30,000. Okay, fine. Let's come to next one. Mr. Ranveer is admitted into partnership for 1/4 share of profit. The total capital of the old partner stood at 45,000 after adjustment of goodwill, revaluation of fixed asset and liability, and transfer of reserve. Okay, very good. That means this capital balance they have given after adjustment of everything. That means closing capital they have given, right? Okay. They ask you what amount should be brought in by new partner as his share of capital at the time of admission. Now, how much is the new partners coming? 1/4. So old partners capital, which is 45,000, become 3/4, because 1 minus 1/4 is 3/4. So 3/4 is the capital of the old partners, which is 45,000. So whole entire firm capital become how much? 60,000. How, sir? It's very simple. That is, if you want to calculate, you can do like this: 45,000 into 4 divided by 3, you get 60,000. And the new partners coming for how much? 1/4. So that is 60,000 into 1 divided by 4, which comes to 15,000. Option A, 15,000. Right? Come to B. That is 2. If Mr. Ranbir bring 20,000 as a capital for 1/4 share of the profit, and partner decide to adjust their capital in accordance with their profit sharing ratio. Oh. Now what we should do is very simple, my dear student. How much is bringing? 20,000 for 1/4. So 20,000 for 1/4. Very simple. So make it 20,000 into 1/4 na total form capital 4/1, which comes to 80,000. What should be the total capital of the firm? They have asked you, right? So 80,000. So option A will be the correct option, my dear student, right? Okay. Let's come to the next one. I hope, okay, all the 15 questions we have solved. So if you ask my opinion about the MCQ was 2 or 3 MCQ might have felt little bit difficult, but other MCQ was okay, right? Other question paper, let's discuss the descriptive questions. First, that is 2A, they have given as per AS 10 depreciation. Then this also they ask you the depreciation amount. Compute the depreciation amount. It's very simple. This is a lollipop question, right? Depreciation amount, right? They have given some asset. If you read the question, that is very easy. Okay, I will give the detailed solution for this question, don't worry. Okay, come to the next one. State briefly the difference between purchase daybook and purchase book accounts. So again, this is very easy. You know the difference. Purchase daybook, it is what? It is a subsidiary books, but purchase book is a ledger, right? Purchase daybook, we record the credit transactions, right? And purchase account, we record all the transactions. Okay, right? So you can I hope this difference is very easy difference. Rectification of errors, again normal questions, not twisted. This question based on loss of stock, right? After that is a branch accounting question. Question number 4 is again a solid 14 marks question, right? They have asked you 14-mark question, and this is yes, incomplete record, single entry, right? They ask you prepare the trading profit and loss account and balance sheet. Again, this like this type of question was there in our most important question also. You can check it out. Okay, come to the next one, my dear student. Next one was partnership. Admission of the partner is very easy question. They have asked admission of the partners, right? Okay, thereafter this is consignment. Was consignment little bit twisted. This time they ask consignment little bit difficult sum. Okay, as compared to earlier attempt, this time they have asked very beautiful consignment, which was a little bit difficult for students, right? That I can understand. Hire purchase, this B was very easy. Like this similar sum I have given you in the most important question. You can check, very easy question. Like this is a difference between accounting standard and Ind AS. List different Ind AS 23 and AS 16, right? AS 16 I have discussed with you. Ind AS 16, if you know only AS 16, you might have wrote and you may get 1 or 2 marks, don't worry. But if you are my regular customer, like a regular batch students, you might have known all these things, right? It a again, this is just a minute, let me check. This is deferred tax asset, deferred tax liability. Okay, very beautiful. This is based on again uh, accounting for taxes. Yes, they have asked you. Profit and loss is a point statement. No, profit and loss is the period statement, not a point statement. Whereas balance sheet is a point statement. Okay, it is not a point statement. Profit and loss is not a point; it is a period statement, because we prepare the profit and loss account for the period. Whereas the balance sheet is prepared for the for the point, for particular date. This again lollipop question, subscription, right? This is a dissolution of the partnership firm. They have asked the journal entries, right? So all these questions was a paper. If you ask me, paper was little bit lengthy, right? If you are not practice, if you are done only the auditing, you might have felt the paper is too lengthy, right? So that's why I generally say to my students, don't do the auditing for accounts. Solve the question. More and more question you solve, more and more your confidence will increase, right, my dear students? Okay, so I hope it is clear. If you ask me, sir, when you will give the answer for the descriptive questions, very soon I will release the answers for this, don't worry. Okay, so MCQ answers I have given, you can check the MCQ answers. right? How much marks you can get in the MCQ and all out of 30 marks, right? MCQ was easy except 1 or 2 MCQ, right, my dear students? Okay, so it's time to say tata bye bye to everyone with a beautiful smile on your beautiful face. Okay, my dear students, I request you, if you're not subscribed our YouTube channel, please subscribe our YouTube channel, right, my dear students? Bye bye, take care, thank you so much.